I'm from Biloela. Biloela is a small town. It's about 590 kilometres north of Brisbane and has a population of about 6,000 people. We're gathered here today to ask Minister Dutton to release Nadia, Priya, Kopika and Tharnika urgently and let them return home to Biloela. They were snatched from their home at 5 o'clock in the morning on Monday the 5th of March. They were separated, the children were separated from their parents and they were taken down to Melbourne where they've been in immigration detention ever since. Today's their 111th day of detention. They are facing deportation pending court action tomorrow. We want to stop that and Biloela wants them back. Nadia's had a job at the meatworks there. The meatworks is heavily reliant upon a migrant and refugee workforce and Nadia was up for a promotion in his job. Priya was well connected in the community with lots of friends. The little girls were adored by many and they have lots of caring people in Biloela who consider themselves family. So we're asking, bring these people home to Biloela right now, please.
Last week on Thursday, when Judge Curtin delivered her judgment denying Priya's appeal to have her asylum claim reheard, it was very unusual judgment for a judicial review. Irrelevant to the legal matters at hand, in response to the public pressure, the judge had to explain why it was okay to send the family back into the hands of government of Sri Lanka. She said it was safe. She wanted to tell the Australian public not to have compassion. Friends, Tamils are not safe under the government of Sri Lanka.
Priya herself has not been in Sri Lanka for 18 years. Nadia's had links to the Tamil Tigers, as many from the north of Sri Lanka do, and is at risk of persecution if he is deported. The United Nations found last year that the use of torture is routine by the Sri Lankan authorities there. And the removal notice was delivered during Refugee Week. On World Refugee Day, 2 days before that removal notice was delivered, Peter Dutton said, paying lip service to rural and regional communities, he said, they have provided a very open welcome and a very warm welcome to those who come from the most vulnerable parts of the world. Yet Peter Dutton has so far ignored the calls from Biloela to bring Priya and Nadia and their family home. He has ignored the 100,000 signatures on the petition. If he really had respect for that warm country welcome, he would intervene as he has the power to do and stop Priya and Nadia from being deported and bring them home to Biloela.
When I spoke to Nadia last week, he described how his 3-year-old daughter Kopika is behaving. He was very worried about her mental health. She's not interested in playing. She wants to go back to Biloela to her friends. She's waking up in the middle of the night, constantly crying and constantly saying to her father that he's lying about their situation. Could a child imagine that other human beings would treat them like this? Shouldn't their father protect them from this? What cruel people would create such a situation? Our government is deliberately creating this situation. It wants to send a message to people who flee their countries that they're not welcome here. They will suffer if they come here. The Australian government will make them suffer. Home Affairs Minister Peter Dutton reiterated this last week, saying that Australians must guard against compassion towards refugees.
Peter Dutton is prepared to intervene for white South African farmers who face no persecution, but for Priya and Nadia with their Australian-born girls at risk of torture, he will do nothing. And this is racism. And it is a confirmation of Donald Trump's words that the Turnbull Government is worse than his own.
Turnbull Government strongly supports this Sri Lankan government, as do many other Western states, because it suits their geopolitical interests. The Refugee Convention is about allowing people to live with basic dignity. These basic rights that most Australians expect to enjoy: freedom of speech, freedom from fear, freedom from persecution. The judge delivered her verdict on Thursday. The next day, not just next day, next evening on Friday night, Priya received the deportation orders for removal scheduled for Monday. This is despite there being a 21-day appeal period. Filing the deportation notice on Friday night gave Priya and Nadia as little time as possible to fight the deportation.